Somewhere deep in the jungle of your mind, a magnificent elephant walks. And riding on its back is you. Well, the part of you that woke up this morning with a goal. Armed with vision boards, self-help books, sheer determination, shouting directions at the top of your lungs. But the elephant just keeps walking, steady, unhurried, completely unbothered by your plans. Sound familiar? Have you ever set a goal, truly committed to it, and still found yourself circling back to the same old patterns? That is not a willpower problem. That is not a motivation problem. That is the elephant, doing exactly what it was built to do. Here's the truth that changes everything. Your conscious mind, the goal setter, the planner, the dreamer, represents just 5% of your total mental power. The other 95%, that is your subconscious, ancient, vast, and utterly indifferent to your to-do list. It has been walking this path for years, decades even, long before you decided it was time to change. You want confidence, success, freedom, but the elephant is following a map, written long before you had any say in the matter. You see, the elephant is not stubborn, it is not broken. A long time ago, perhaps when you were very young, something happened. A moment of fear, of pain, of uncertainty, and in that moment, your subconscious did something remarkable. It built a wall around you to keep you safe. It carved a path, a safe, predictable, well-worn path, and it has been faithfully walking that path every single day since. But here is what the R.E.C.L.A.I.M protocol teaches. Instead of shouting louder, the flea becomes still. He settles into a specific posture of deep inner communication and turns his full, focused attention toward the belief he wants to change. Something begins to shift. He can feel it, like a signal finally breaking through static, like a door long closed, beginning to open, and then breakthrough. The old neural pathway doesn't just weaken, it rewires. It fires in an entirely new direction. The programming changes. And the flea? He dances, because for the very first time, he and his elephant are truly talking. This is the secret that science took decades to confirm, and that ancient wisdom traditions always knew. You cannot force the subconscious to change, but you can learn to communicate with it. And when you speak its language, that vast ancient part of you stirs. It recognizes you, and for the first time, it understands that a new path is possible. Conscious and subconscious, flea and elephant, finally, in the same conversation. When these two forces align, your health transforms, not because you white-knuckled your way through another plan, but because the elephant finally wants to walk somewhere new. Your relationship with abundance shifts, where the subconscious once steered toward scarcity. It now sees a different path, and it chooses it. Walls come down. Connection becomes possible. The protective instincts that once kept others at a safe distance begin to soften. And the old ghosts, the fears, the warnings, the invisible walls, begin to fade, like mist in the morning sun. Because those patterns were never the truth of who you are. They were only the map the elephant was given, before you had the tools to give it a better one. This is what R.E.C.L.A.I.M is. It is the art of becoming the flea who knows how to speak to the elephant, of learning the language of the subconscious and using it to walk a new path together. no trail, but an open landscape of possibility. The journey you are beginning, this is what it leads to. A life where your conscious intentions and your subconscious programming are no longer at war, but walking at last as one.
At the end of this level, you will have the power and ability to redesign your life. Welcome to the R.E.C.L.A.I.M protocol. Let's walk this new path together.